everybody, welcome to day 138 of level grinding. I am Rachel Bastarash-Bogan, and currently I'm in my car. Robo and I only have one car, so we have to share it, and on the days where I actually need it, I have to go drop him off at work and then take it home, which is totally fine. Like, the amount of times I have to do this on an average week or an average month is like literally less than how many fingers I have on a hand. So, yeah. But today I need it because it's time to introduce this little poochie to his babysitter for my business trip next week, because Robo's also going out of town at the same time, and so nobody's going to be home to watch the little entrepreneur. Alright, back from getting the car. I'm taking Radar on a very quick walk, and then I need to get into the house and start taking care of some paperwork in conjunction with the new project that I picked up for Denver Rescue Mission. Just all that fun legal stuff that needs to happen so you can get paid. I've also got some project planning stuff I need to write out for it. I have a workflow spreadsheet that I keep that lets me track my project and see where I'm at. This lists out all of the steps that I need to do to complete a given project, and the order that I do these things in never changes. So to make my life easier, I actually write all this out. I keep it as a template, and then I update it with the information that I need in order to be able to produce my project. And so I got to get one of those together for this project for Denver Rescue Mission. So here's the reason why I created a template system to begin with for my video projects. One, I kept finding that I ended up not doing things in the most efficient way. I ended up having to go back and redoing work because I would do it backwards. And worst of all, I had a really hard time updating my clients saying, this is where I'm actually at in your project. When I created the template, I listed out all the steps that I have to do for any given project. Sometimes they change a little bit based on the particular needs, but everything that I have to do in the right order for a big project is right there. Then, all I have to do is just start working my way down the list. The beauty of this not only comes in the fact that I can check off an item that I had to do for that part of that process, and able to say, like, yes, I found all of my music, and I know that I found all of my music because I have it checked off my list. But I'm also then able to look at that list and give an estimate to my client saying, this is how much longer your project's going to take because I know you are exactly in this part of your project. And this is what helps me be efficient and helps me create video projects from start to finish really quickly, and especially ones that have complicated edits or are telling a really intricate story, or whether or not I'm trying to produce 5 training videos in 7 weeks. Alright, so the good news is that the entire morning and most of the afternoon has passed. The really good news is that Radar gets along with, is it Dre or Dre? I always feel like I'm pronouncing it both ways.
What?
Your name, Dre or Dre?
Dre.
Dre. Dre. Hooray, we finally had this right. So I'm hanging out with Dre. Hooray!
Hi.
And of course, if you're going to hang out with Dre, that means that you have to wear your roller skates. So we've taken Radar to the park and we are going to ride a pump track.
Oh yeah.
That's how it's done.
That's how you do it.
You just jump. Woo!
No craziness because I hurt my back. But
Yeah. Yes. All right. Okay. Now it's my turn.
You got this. So it's very awkward right there. So just like keep, yeah. You got this. All right. Yeah. You did it. Woo! Oh yes. This little pump track is brought to you by the city of Denver. Yeah, it was. And there's like a little titty right there. Woo!
Okay, so I need to head out of here. We've been here at the Ash Grove pump track probably for, oh good grief, maybe about an hour? I gotta go pick up Robo, because hashtag I got the car today. But I thought it was really cool. Like, playing on the pump track is very different than carving in a bowl or going over a street, because the goal of the whole pump track is to keep and maintain a continuous flow of movement. And I'm looking away because I'm undoing my roller skates here. But so yeah, the point is to maintain movement and to work on going up and down with your knees. So it's one continuous movement. And this got me thinking a little bit about what's happening in my life right now, because there is so much movement going on. Hashtag business trip, hashtag massive project, hashtag other project coming down the pike. Yeah, just lots of stuff. And I was reminded by this flow track that the point of all that stuff going on is to stay in a state of flow. Like, when you're on a pump track, you really don't want to stop because it's going to take effort to get back up the next hill. And so that continuous movement, at least working a little bit in your legs to keep going, is critical to making it around this thing. And so it's the same thing in business, it's the same thing in life. Like, a little bit of momentum and a little bit of maintenance on that momentum will keep you moving forward towards your goals. And it's the way that you have to get through on a bunch of big stuff that has to happen. And I have a lot of lovely humans doing things around me. Go Dre! And Dylan's over there looking amazing, because he does. I love these people so much. Alright, I gotta get on my skates to get on the road. Alright, I made it all the way to Denver Rescue Mission. I'm just waiting here to pick Robo up, and he should be down here in a few seconds. And Radar is totally... he's upstaging me. Hi, buddy. Okay, so while waiting for Robo, I wanted to get back to some of the thoughts that I had after playing on the pump track today. I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago for you guys that being on the pump track is all about maintaining momentum and maintaining the speed, because the point is to keep being able to go around, because the pump track, you're constantly pumping and you're building up muscle. But the other thing that it made me think of was that it also takes a lot of practice. Like, to be able to pump takes stamina, which requires practice because you have to develop muscles, but it also takes practice because you have to know how to hit the things that are there. You have to know how to go over a hump, you have to know how to carve on a banked wall, and all of that takes practice. You're not going to hit a pump track and immediately tackle it the first day if you've never been skating anywhere else. Yeah, this is my first time at a pump track, but I've been skating and I've been pumping in plenty of other places at parks. And so all of that practice prepared me for the pump track. And I thought that was kind of interesting because right now I feel like my life is in a pump track. Like, there's so much stuff going on and I have to maintain the momentum to get over the humps and bumps that are going to be in the way. All those fun things that actually make the course a whole lot more interesting, because quite frankly, when you're roller skating on a sidewalk or when you're just working on smooth sailing, like, there's nothing interesting there. And obstacles are meant to be played with. They're not meant to be avoided. And so, with that kind of idea, the thing that has prepared me for being on this current pub track of all this work that I have to do is just purely the practice that I have had over the last few years, both as a video producer, like for the past 10 years being just a producer and making videos and knowing what that process is, but also having the practice of knowing what it takes to run my business, to run a team, to go through the motions of hiring other people to take on parts of the work that I either don't want to do or I don't know how to do, so that now I have all those pieces in place to be on this pump track and actually survive it, like actually be able to put that together with momentum to be able to go around and have fun. Like, I was telling my sister the other day, like, I feel a little bit like Fry in Futurama in that episode where he's running around after drinking 100 cups of coffee in one day, and he is so caffeinated that he's bouncing around in a burning building and able to save everybody because he's just an orange blur. I feel a bit like that because I feel like there's so much stuff that I'm just trying to monitor. But by the same token, I'm also seeing that I'm not really that stressed about it, and it's because I have the confidence that rests in knowing what I'm doing, knowing what I've been doing, and just being practiced at it. And so if you are currently in one of those stages where you feel like you have a lot of stuff going on and you have to maintain momentum and you don't know how you're going to do it, remember that you've already been practicing. You've already been doing this stuff. And so all you need to add to that is momentum, the practice of that, the stamina that you've already learned in other places, and you'll be able to go. If you are approaching a pump track and you've never been on one and you don't have all this stuff figured out, or maybe you're just on like a little mini one and the idea of going even bigger is just terrifying you, remember, every single day is a time to practice. Every single minute that you work towards your goal, you're practicing. Every single time that you make a decision that is going to move you forward, that is going to get you towards your future, you are practicing. And so this constant practice, like we don't ever stop practicing. You never stop growing as a human. But this constant practicing is what enables us and prepares us to be able to continue. The point of being on a pump track is not to ride it once and then be done with it forever. The point of riding a pump track is to keep having fun. And so the only way that makes a pump track even more fun is if you get so bored with the other one that it's time to go bigger. And it's the same thing with life. If you hold yourself back because you are afraid of going bigger, then you're never going to get to the good stuff. But know that when you go bigger, you have it already, and that it's coming because of the practice that you've already had in your craft. It's coming because of the practice of just doing what you know that you're supposed to do to make it happen. And also knowing that it takes momentum. A little bit, every single push, every single little bit is going to get you further up there. It's going to get you around it, and you're going to be able to make it. And also remembering that all of the bumps and the humps and the banked ramps and all that other fun stuff is there on purpose to make your life fun and interesting. And they are, yes, obstacles to get over, but they're not things to hate. They're things to love. So I now need to run upstairs to go get Ribbo out of his office because he has a really bad habit of staying stuck in there, especially when I come pick him up. So this is my ending thought for today, because this is just going to be the end of it. I know once Robo gets in the car, it's going to go poof, and I'm not going to remember to close this out. I totally forgot to do that yesterday. So if you have been hanging out with me today and really only just watching all this stuff about the pump track, because I forgot to film stuff while I was working earlier today, this is what life is like, and you have to take lessons from the things that are around you. And I'm a firm believer that there are lessons for life in everything around us, that we don't just learn these things in school, we learn them from the situations that we're in and from the things that we're doing. And so to be able to share those, my perspective on those to help you is something I love. I hope they're helpful and beneficial to you as you watch. And so for returning people like you guys that have been hanging out with me, I love you. You're amazing. And as you guys continue to have questions and just want to know, like, hey, I'm going through the same thing. Like, what do you think? Leave those in the comments below. If you're a new subscriber or this is your first video, I want to say welcome. You're amazing. This is the shenanigans that tends to happen every single day. I hope you liked it. So go ahead and click subscribe, and you'll be able to get all of this stuff in your inbox every single day. And if you haven't yet, click that little bell, the little notification bell. Click the notification bell. It will let you know when I post these videos. I post them every single day, Tuesday through Saturday, and so you don't want to miss a single one because, shenanigans, they're fun. So, I'll see you all tomorrow. If you liked the video, give me a like. If you guys have an idea or a time when you were on a pump track in your life, tell me the story below. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ciao.